of the silence, the sugar-coated lies. Another headline screaming behind vacant eyes. They build up their walls so high and so strong, but the truth's gonna break through before too long. Every single day, the same damn old game, pointing all the fingers, nobody takes the blame. This precious building is starting to crack. Ain't no turning back now, ain't no holding back. I'm about to say it, yeah, I'm about to scream. Tired of the fake smiles, living in a dream. The real life's bleeding out in the cold. Gotta break the mold, gotta let it unfold. I'm about to say it, every single word. The uncomfortable truth finally gonna be heard. I'm gonna say it.
Good morning. How's everybody doing today? M&D Radio, what's up, brother? Long time no see. How you doing? Okay, sis, I got you. It'll work. Okay, there you go. Hey, sis. Good morning.
Morning.
I was trying to let Straight Facts know that you was people's. You didn't mean she was taking it the wrong way. But I'm glad you came up and I'm glad you straightened that out, you know? I appreciate that happening. I'm glad it happened. And hopefully she do follow you back as well. I gotta follow that account, I think. Lori, good morning. Where you going to, brother? You said on the road, driving cross country. Boy, I done that twice. I don't want to do that no more. Where you heading to? Hey, y'all, go and follow M&D Radio, Box Truck Records. That's my co-host. My co-star on Dope Girls. And that's my brother, man. So y'all go and follow him right now. Good people. He does his own broadcast as well. She did. Okay, she did follow you back. Good, good. Okay, good. Look, I was actually going to come on at noon because I got a lot to do today. But since I do have the time frame, I'm just going to cut it down to two segments, and we'll just get through them before I have to um, go do errands and stuff like that. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get that disclaimer out there.
Welcome to hashtag I'm gonna say it. All things said in today's show are alleged and for entertainment and educational purposes only. If you are below the age of 18, we request that you leave our live now. Enjoy.
All right. Thank you for sharing it out, sis. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get our first graphic put up here real quick so we can are you going to the loop? Hey, brother, safe travels to and from. Make sure y'all be safe. I know you know all this, but keep your head on the swivel. You know. But I do pray that you all have fun while you up there. I hope it's nothing that's going to be anything sad or anything like that or anything bad. All right, y'all, let me bring him down a little bit. Okay, there we go. Bring this graphic. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger for y'all. It may not let me. There we go. We'll do it like that. How about that? Y'all can see that better? All right. Okay, so now this is what came. I love the truck light. Oh, okay, you driving. Okay, cool. So you working. I got you. Be safe out there on them roads. All right, y'all. So we've talked about this before, especially when it comes to the diddler. We've talked about there being talks of him having a gift that keeps on giving. They said highly infectious virus and stuff like that. We talked about that. We discussed that. We've heard mention about him allegedly. I say allegedly only for people who don't like it, but done something to Usher and then back in the day. And we know that at least 3 different people have filed lawsuits against Usher pertaining to him giving them an STD, right? Rita, good morning. Thank you for that. How you doing? So like we know that, right? Let me bring my niece up here real quick. Hey niece, good morning to you.
Grand Rising.
You doing okay today?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Okay. Okay. You at work?
hmm
All right. You gonna listen in?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Okay. I appreciate it. Christy, welcome in. Good morning to you. And so we know he got at least 3 different lawsuits filed against him for giving STD to people. One he settled. I'm talking about Usher. He settled with. Now, the news that came out, when was this? See how many hours ago it was. All right, so this was 13 hours ago. 13 hours ago, a story dropped where it says Will Smith and Diddy exposed for giving Bashir Gray an STD after sexually assaulting him. So that's what we're going to cover in this first segment. Once again, all things are alleged. Didiots, Willie Wills, listen to what we're saying. All things are alleged, okay? We're not here to say somebody's innocent or guilty. We're only here to bring you what's coming off the fax machine. Big Mel, welcome in, brother. All right. Wild Love 33. Long time no see. How you been doing? Before we get started on that, though, I just want to put out a PSA real quick. We got 27 Dolphins on the Gift and Gold today. We got 27 Dolphins. Keep double tapping that screen. Please, please share out the live to people. And let's just get right into it from this point. All right. Oh, and shout out to Coach One Stack. That's who we're getting our audio from today.
Boy, Coach One Stack, we are tapped in and top of it. Getting them shirts to say top of it, y'all. And hey, before I drop this video, man, I got to get into Will Smith and Diddy getting exposed for violating your boy Bashir Gray. And they got some fresh allegations.
Y'all good on audio?
Table,
can you hear it?
Hey, man, but before I do that, man, hit the like button.
Thank you, Lori, for the Dolphins.
Hit that notification bell. I won't tell.
It's
clear. And guys, let's get into it.
And
I want to show y'all a little video. But as you know, Bashir Gray, man, from Empire, young man, he's coming forward and he's getting a lawsuit against Will Smith and Diddy. Why is that? See, Bashir Gray had a manager named Charlie Mack, and Charlie Mack passed Bashir Gray over to Will Smith and Diddy. So now you already know what happened, y'all. So Will Smith and Diddy, they was taking turns with Bashir Gray. They turned him out. They groomed him. You understand what I'm saying? Not only did Will Smith and Diddy groom Bashir Gray, but they was taking turns on that man with their sons, Jaden and Justin. Can you dig it? Man, like father, like son. And I got some more Will Smith content to drop later on. But see, guys, it's sickening how this boy has been turned out and what's going on in the industry with these people. And as Will Smith drops another movie, he's dropping a TV show, a series, man. I'm not watching that stuff.
Me neither.
I'm not promoting it. I don't know if y'all promote it. Man, shout out, man. We're gonna start boycotting all these people that's assaulting all of these young black men and these white.
How many of y'all gonna boycott Will Smith's new show?
Man, because you
put a one in the live.
Take somebody's manhood, it ain't no coming back from that. And that's what
I didn't know he had a new show.
And see, even Brother Bilal.
Huh?
I said I didn't even know he had a new show. I don't even care. I was gonna watch that shit.
She said, "Here's my warning." I feel you. Yeah, he got a new one coming. You know, he's trying to rebuild after the whole slapping incident, trying to get his.
He shouldn't have slapped. He shouldn't have slapped. He deserved to be slapped though.
Yeah,
but he shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, niece. Jenny says, "I'm boycotting all their shows." I know that's right. I'm with you on that, sis.
Had got in trouble.
Chirac, Evil Queen, welcome in the building.
Y'all know what they doing. Y'all know that
Grand Rising to you, Queen
is making me give them fellatio. And guys, that's just what it is. They need to come out the closet. But me, I find it sickening. And now Bashir Gray, because of all the drama he's went to, that man is now on drugs. And
Creasy
He's
said,
an
"I've already
OnlyFans
boycotted
model.
Mr.
And
Smith,
you
Mr. Will
and as you
Smith,
would guess
since
it,
the slap
Bashir
at the
Gray
Oscar
only
show."
does
I know
movies
that's
with
right.
other men. Rainbow sex, unprotected. You dig what I'm saying? And
Yes,
hey,
she
man,
does,
and
JB the
it's
Advocate.
also said, it's rumors, allegedly, that Bashir Gray may have caught that HIV bug from Diddy and Will throughout them freak offs. But man, I don't
Oh
want to
See,
keep y'all long, so let me get into this video
wow.
for y'all.
see,
Hold up.
yeah,
Also
Lori.
on the third day of this new year, and so much has happened. We have new conversations.
Alice Sims said, no, it was yeah, Alice Sims says, but he is a grown man. Gray. No, Bashir Gray.
Yeah, but being groomed into when that boy first came out, and you know what? Something clicked in me. Remember how Janet Jackson, when she found out that Michael passed away, and how she was acting, and why did I get married to? If you pay attention to Bashir's behavior during the whole empire, that wasn't acting.
Yeah, I think
That wasn't acting.
Yeah, he was working out his
a
trauma.
lot of times you can see it. Again, we often referenced Justin Bieber, but you can see like when they first come in, you can see how happy they are, how you know, full of life they are. But then when something like that
That
happens,
light drained from their eyes.
absolutely, sis. I mean, niece. I'm sorry. And look, thinking about Jenny. Yeah, exactly. It drains from their eyes, and it's like the soul is completely depleted after that.
Look at him. If you look at his before and after, look at the difference in you can see in the picture that you have up here. Look at his
Hmm.
eyes.
Yeah, compared to this picture, this picture. I mean, it's like it's
Would you
gone.
say, Jenny? Cause you muffable.
They're hollow. It like look at his eyes. They look
Yeah, they're
hollow.
hollow. Hmm.
Oh, hollow. Yes. Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
sad too.
Hmm. Because, like I
Ruined
said,
him.
they
Ruined
come
him.
they come into the industry innocent and just wanting to live out a dream that they have, and then this happens. But what did you just say? Who you said? Janet Jackson?
Yeah, remember in Why Did I Get Married when she was doing that scene? Why did I get married to when she was doing the scene with her and her husband when she put him out the house?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She wasn't acting. That was for real. That was the only way she could get her frustration out about the situation with her brother. That was her real emotions. They was scared. They had to cut they kept the footage, but they was like, all right, we gotta get the hell out of here.
Yeah. See
And
now,
she
and that's
she she
crazy.
going through it. And if you
That's
pay
wow.
attention on a lot of scenes in Empire, especially like the first two seasons, you see his demeanor change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the sign. Like it just
And I'm like, yo, he not acting no more. This is probably his only way to vent out how he feels.
exactly, exactly. You're trying to get it out. I mean, and sometimes the people they go to don't even help them.
No, they make
You
it
know,
worse.
right? By not
Some
believing
make it
them or
worse.
anything. Welcome to the panel, Lord.
Good morning, Miss
Hey,
Lori, Grand
you're
Rising.
beautiful. I was just gonna say I agree with, well, I call her niece, because that's
Yeah.
what you call her. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree with niece. I watched Empire from the pilot all the way to the end, and you could see that little boy get angrier and angrier
Angrier.
and angrier
Right,
through
Juanita.
the whole. What they do, 4, 5, 6 seasons,
Yup.
and
Mm-hmm.
he the first couple of seasons he was like, "Aww," and then after that it was like, "What happened to Hakeem?"
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's not the same kid anymore. And I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know all this was going on then.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why they started to change, and we don't know. I mean, again, you talk about Britney Spears back in the day. She came out and was like the pop icon. Then all of a sudden, we saw her turn dark, and of course, to us, it seemed like she was going crazy, and we didn't understand it. But now we do.
And that's what they made everybody think, that she was going crazy.
It
Hey,
But
that's
she
wasn't.
their go-to.
shaved her head. They said, "Oh, she's just lost her mind."
Yo, I
Well,
don't
Mm-hmm.
think Britney Spears is alive anymore. I think that's her sister, Jamie Lee Spears, playing her.
do you
Well,
really?
look, I'm gonna be honest. I saw something like
Good
that,
morning.
niece.
Like I said, have a seat.
I saw some. They were saying it was actually a whole nother person. They said it was a lady. What I saw. We'll get back to the audio,
You can
baby. Hold
have a
on.
seat right here, and I'll call you
They
once I
were
get your order,
saying
okay?
that is another young lady who has been is being sapphic, just playing her. It's not really her. That's what they're saying. Tony Stark said, "Stop." I don't know. I'm just telling you what's out there. Again, we're not here saying.
Yeah,
We're
they
just
said
telling you
she
what's
was
out there.
unalived in a accident.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yes. Okay, Jenny know what I'm talking about. It was an actress with a mask on. Exactly. Exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly the one I'm talking about. Yeah. Hey, Pink Tech, welcome to the panel. You working?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you gonna tune in and rock with us. All right, all right. Glad she in here. All right, we're gonna get back to this. Then we're gonna. I just added another one. I added another segment, so we're gonna. Okay, I'm gonna try to get through these real quick. I got like an hour and a half. Hold on 1 second. Let's get us back up and running.
Country just being captured, and it has been indicted just like that. First and foremost, I woke up to that news, which has just completely shocked and gagged me as much as it probably has for any of you
Little
guys
brother,
watching
thank you for
about
that
what's
heart
going
beat.
on in the political world. But over here in the legal world, when it comes to the Hollywood industry and just actors and music in general, not even just in Hollywood in general, but an interview via Tasha K's channel from Bilal, who is, I believe, Will Smith's ex-best friend, has applied more pressure. And the man has come to bring in the conversation of Brashear Gray.
Thank you, Pink
and
Tech, for
how
the
Brashear
heart beat.
Gray
Oh,
was
and the
allegedly
Dolphins. Thank you for
essayed
that,
by
love.
Will Smith from the back
Please
passage,
be
and that
careful at
also
work.
Sean Diddy Combs forced Brashear Gray to give him
Biggs,
fellatio,
good morning to
and
you.
that Brashear was basically violated by multiple men, those who were assigned to him to do things to him. Now, if you look at Brashear Gray, we're back into this conversation again, and he was a very promising actor from Empire who suddenly lost his way, and we're not really sure what happened. Now, granted, the man himself had his own charges dropped, Brashear Gray, because he was accused of doing stuff. But if you look at what he's doing now, he's currently an OnlyFans
Dimple
content
Cheeks,
creator,
good
mainly
morning.
with men. So Brashear is
Daybreak
a gay
76,
man,
good
and I
morning
do
to you. How you
believe
doing,
that
Bessie?
multiple men, whilst he was an up-and-coming actor, caught this. They knew that he was just gay. They knew that he was somebody who was more fluid. And so therefore, I think that a lot of these men, allegedly, in my opinion, must have just believed that Brashear Gray is somebody that they could do things with because he's just more flexible. He's just more fluid. He just likes, men more. And so therefore, we can actually do stuff with you, whether Brashear Gray cares or not. So they completely violated him by understanding and knowing that the man is just bi or, gay. And just
For
used him. I
educational
absolutely
purposes
believe
only,
that Sean
TikTok.
Diddy Combs would do things to Brashear Gray. I absolutely believe that Brashear Gray was violated by both of these men. That in itself is a believable narrative to me.
Right,
Why?
sis.
Because Brashear Gray
It's
right
giving
now
Tevin
is
Campbell
online
vibes
on
all day.
OnlyFans, getting turned out by multiple men, creating this OnlyFans content, trying to create money from it, and etc. So I can even see that take place. I can imagine somebody being taken advantage of when they're young, being essayed when they're young, and that in itself can lead to problematic, aggressive behaviors, which is why they end up in prison, which is why they end up getting charged or being arrested, and then charges get dropped. They just go through a difficult life. Of course, that being that is Brashear Gray's fault, but I'm talking about, what started that level of aggression, and that can start from SA. So we're back into the conversation of Brashear Gray, and I don't know about you, but just in these past 3 days, pressure has been applied to Will Smith. We have a lawsuit coming out, and that man actually spoke about it a couple of days ago before. And that in itself is very interesting. And then we have Bilal, this guy, basically talking about how he left the US to escape and how he claims he received cease and desist letters, faced legal pressure, and was offered hush money with a demand for apologies, which he refused to do. He claims he's been harassed, includes feeling followed whilst living abroad, and he also claims that he has video evidence and that he's given
Hey,
the
what's up,
Satoshi
Ash?
Cage to see, And the man hasn't been
Hold
sued
on,
by
I mean,
anybody
you
as of
said
right
just
now, as
my
far as I'm
opinion.
concerned. He hasn't been sued. Jada said that we are suing. Nobody's actually sued this man. Nobody sent him a cease and desist. Granted, he no longer is in the country. He has left the country, so perhaps it's difficult. But once again, we are applying pressure to Will Smith about what he's
Both
been
claim
doing
to
to
be
different
people
men,
that
allegedly.
they
And the
help
conversation
people.
about Brashear
Right.
Gray has been
They're
brought
right, little
back.
brother.
When Brashear Gray has been brought back into this conversation, my feelings for him are just sadness. Like, I feel sorry for somebody who was a young man
Right.
in a industry who I believe was completely violated and used by people without, his permission, and he had to just go with it because these were powerful men. And in doing so, he was promised more acting gigs, more career gigs, and none of that ever came. He was angry, upset, and it went down a very problematic route of substances, aggression, being charged, being arrested for bad things that he was doing himself.
We'll pause it real quick. Let's because here's the thing with that. That's the play that they do. A lot of them, that's how they pretty much reel these victims in. They promise them things and that they can take them places, and then they end up taking advantage of them and stuff like that. So that's like the play. Okay. All right. Yep. So we're going to pause for a second. I just got a message from our moderators. They're awesome. They're amazing. Listen, y'all, we got Dolphins on the live goal today that we got to meet. We got 16 now, so we need 11 more to meet that 27. Keep double tapping that screen. And if you don't mind, please share out the live. Please share out the live. Thank you all for being here, and we hope you all enjoy. If it's your first time, consider this our formal invitation for you to come back. Also understand that this is a safe space here. We can have a difference of opinion. We just got to be respectful when we are getting our opinions out, okay? We do not do chaos agents over here. We don't do that. You will get will get an invitation to the block party. And I love the song, so I have no problem playing it. But it's not a party you want to be in. All right? You want to hang out in here with us. You don't want to be at the block party. Okay, so let's just all have fun. Let's all have fun. Let's talk about what's being said and what's out there right now. Veronica, thank you for that heart me. I appreciate it. Remember, if you haven't subscribed yet, please go and subscribe to the channel. You'll get a badge next to your name that says crew, and you have the ability to use our special stickers that's only exclusively for our news crew members. All right. And if you've sent me a heart me, go ahead and hit this orange heart right here. Claim your points. Oh, also, last thing, the violinist that initially filed the chocolate drop. Thank you for the roses. That filed the lawsuit against Will Smith. He did a video yesterday. He was saying that when he came back to his room, I guess they was on the road or something. He came back to his room. There was a note and some things left on his bed. He could tell someone had been in his room. He went to Will Smith's, I guess, security team. They brushed it off. The hotel they was at, he goes to them. They checked the footage, and they said nobody had been in or out of his room other than people that was a part of Will Smith's security team. Now, doesn't know if they did that from Will just to see if he was going to stay and go along with it or whatnot. But in any event, of course, he didn't go with it, and then afterwards he got fired. Okay. So you all can go and check that out.
And now, the only thing that he's got left to do is OnlyFans. If you go on his ex
Thank you
account,
for that
his
heart,
Twitter
B.
account,
I
there are multiple
appreciate it.
videos of him naked with men doing stuff for money. Now, granted, being gay is not the issue here. It's the fact, it's the pipeline of being SA'd and turning into a sex work.
Remember how Uber completely changed the game for taxis?
See what they did to Brashear Gray? Turned that man out.
It's not about being gay here. It's not about demonizing gay people here. It's about, let's say, at a young age, allegedly for what I believe happened to him, to the pipeline of being a sex worker because you've been overtly sexualized at a very young age. Your brain has been rewired. You've developed differently to be in regards to sex because that's what you were exposed to when you were young. Also, the pressure, the SA, anxiety of that happening to you when you were young, and those men promising you different doors to open, but all of those doors are closed, so that you end up going back to something that you know, which is unfortunately sex, because you've been pre-exposed to that at a very young age. That is probably why he went to OnlyFans and why he's making money from that. And if you go on his profile, it's about who can I see next? Who can I do things next with? I'm here to do this. And you can see him butt naked. You can see him like it's everywhere. So I can absolutely imagine people like Will Smith or Diddy were like, wait, this kid is actually quite fluid. You know, we can tell. Oh, he's actually quite gay. Bye, let's try.
Yeah, and see, Bashir Gray didn't get like that until he was assaulted by Will Smith and Diddy at Jada's house. He used to be alone there with Meek Mill and August Alsina and all that, guys. Man, these guys are
Where
monsters.
August
Guys,
at?
y'all
I
drop
need
in the
August to
comments
come
if
out
y'all
and talk.
think Will Smith and Diddy are monsters for what they did to Bashir Gray. Because, man, I don't know about the women. But I know from a young man's point of view, when you are a young man and you are inexperienced and this is what has been put into your life, you learn to like it. You learn to love it. But it wasn't his choice. His choice was taken because they were making him do it. And guess what? His mom had a part in it. She basically sold him off. But that's
What'd
a
you say,
whole
little
other
brother?
story, man. But, man, hey, Bashir Gray, we're going to pray for you. We're going to pray that if that's not how you want to be, if you don't want to be a part of the rainbow community, because
Yeah,
if that's
3 people
not
walked
what you
away as
want and you
victims.
want to be a
Correct.
straight man, or you feel that you was forced into that and you don't know how to get out, man, contact Coach Onestag, man. We can sit down and talk about it. Any of you guys out there, if you are living a down low life, man, you guys can contact me for a very, very private consultation. So I can talk to you and help you come to terms with what you're going through. Because I can only imagine, especially if you were touched. I was touched, but I was touched by a woman. I was a victim of being touched as a kid, and I know how it affected me. You understand what I'm saying? So I only could imagine what Bashir Gray going through as being touched by men. Can you dig? But I don't like to keep y'all long on these videos, man. Like, share, and subscribe to the
Sure.
channel. Please, we on our way to 100K and up to a
Oh,
million,
absolutely,
guys.
sis.
This is a movement. You understand what I'm saying? This ain't just a
Right,
channel.
Veronica?
This is a movement. And you know the rest. Be blessed. Don't ever get finessed. Make sure you never get finessed and get plenty of rest and stay out of trouble like Will and Diddy should have.
No lies detected there. Yeah. Well, and that's one of the ones that they prey on. I mean, you get people who come from less fortunate situations and environments, and so then they dangle all of this money or more money than the person would ever have or have ever seen in front of them. And of course, they're thinking, "Hey, look, if I do all the victim is thinking about is A, doing what they dreamed of doing, but two, also, man, this money I can get us up out of this situation, you know, and it just doesn't work because they end up taking their souls." Wave says, "So I'm correct with the fatherless analysis. I do think a lot of fatherless kids do have more of a chance to be taken advantage of. But I mean, but then too, again, like Jenny was just saying, you have Justin Bieber's mom who basically sold him to the industry. We talked about what happened to Usher when he was younger. His mom allowed him to leave here, ATL, and go all the way to New York with grown men she didn't know. But the dollar signs was there, and we know that she had been trying to make him a singer and get him in the singing business, right? I mean, in the music business. And so she went ahead and done that, and we see where that led to. You get me? Juanita says, "Why are so many men choosing to be with other men and not women?" Um, that's I can't. I don't know. I can't answer that. I can't answer that. I don't know if that's something that when they go out there and this violation happens to them, that just what they go to. A lot of even taking Diddy for instance, that might be why he's so violent towards women because when it comes to certain men, he's the woman. Not making an excuse. I'm just saying. He, you get. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I don't know. That's why they give them that advance. Most folks ain't seen that much money ever. Right. And it clouds their judgment. Veronica said Britney's dad handed her over as a very young kid and did. And to Disney, of all people. I sent somebody an invitation and I did not mean to send that. I totally did not mean to send that. I don't know. So, all right, we're going to go to the second segment real quick. I know I told you I wasn't going to hold you all long. I know I got to take care of some business. So, to bring him up here. Of course, he would be on here. Jenny, you made a reference to this a little earlier in the first segment, as far as him not wanting to answer the questions that he's supposed to answer on the 26th, and of course about the highly infectious virus that he's supposed to answer to from the lawsuit that April Lampros had put out on him. And so I'm pretty sure he's not wanting to answer any of these, and probably because of the fact a lot of other things could come out. And again, like we stated before, if you openly have sexual relationships with someone and you know that you are a carrier of a package that keeps giving, that doesn't go away, and you don't inform that person, that is a felony. I want to make sure we make that abundantly clear. Neosha, welcome in. Thank you for that heart meet. That's another one, Jenny. Or force someone into an unwanted situation. Absolutely. Okay. There's no way we can go around it. There's no way you're allowed to come up and debate that, because there's no debating. That's a law. You have to inform them of that. And if they say no and they don't consent to it, you do not reserve the right to take it from them forcefully or any other way, and you do not reserve the right to cause them to be inebriated and take advantage of them. You got it? Yep. Now, here's the thing. Hey, Phil, how you doing? California has adopted the same thing that New York did, and extended the time you can report everything. So it's like like a victim. It's a long name. I forgot. But yeah, so California has now extended that window, so you can now file charges and they'll stick like that. So I agree, Phil. I agree with you on that. I do. I think that's a good thing. Ms. Red, welcome in. So here's what we got. Second segment, it says Diddy fuming in new legal docs. Refuses deposition. That's the video thing. He's got to answer all 155 of April Lampros' statements. So he's refusing to do that, allegedly. I haven't heard this. We're hearing it together for the first time. And it says Kris Jenner, scary surgery.
So, in the matter of April Lampros versus Diddy, he's meant to be deposed. End of this month, he is back in court. He is responding to April. Sorry, I can't even sit right.
Hey, Ms.
He
Jess,
is responding to April,
morning.
and he is very upset with her, and this is what he is stating. Defendant Sean Combs says that
No,
he is not
sis.
required
He
to
is not in a
respond to
situation
recent
to do that.
demands, and he moves to strike, vacate all of plaintiff's recent requests for admissions, interrogations, and depositions. So according to Diddy and the world and fantasy that he lives in, he has come to announce that he actually is not going to be deposed, that January 26th, 27th, whenever this is meant to happen, is not going to happen, and that actually everything is fine and dandy, and he's just going to be chilling at the Fort Dix.
Let's pause real quick, y'all. We still got 11 more Dolphins we need in order to meet our goal. I've explained to you all how important and vital it is for us to reach our goals. So we need 11 more Dolphins on the board here. Keep double tapping that screen, please. Keep double tapping the screen. We got 136 people present, and we only got 7.7K likes. Please keep hitting those screen. Keep tapping that screen, double tapping. It costs no green to tap that screen. Also, we'd appreciate it if you share it out to at least 5 people. We don't want you to do 10 or anything like that, because now the platform thinks that if you share it out in a mass like that, that it is false engagement, right? And we don't want them to think that we're doing that. So if you do just 5 at a time, that'd be great. All right, I appreciate it. All right, thank y'all. We're at 21. All right, we need 6 more Dolphins on there. Who's gonna carry us through?
According to him, guys, upon the affirmation of Erica Wolf and the accompanying memorandum of law and support, which temporarily suspended the operations, and upon all the pleadings and proceedings here to therefore had herein, and sufficient cause being alleged therefore, let plaintiff April Lampros show cause before this court at the courthouse at this specific address for the specific date. Striking and quashing plaintiff's first request
Thank you.
for
I
admission to
appreciate
Sean
that. Thank you,
Combs,
Daybreak.
vacating and
Thank you, little
quashing
brother.
plaintiff's notice of deposition of Sean Combs, striking and quashing
Charmaine,
plaintiff's
I
first set
appreciate
of
it. Thank you.
Interrogations. But how do you striking and quashing plaintiff's first request for documents to defendant Sean Combs filed and staying all discovery in this action pending resolution. Quashing, I don't understand. Quashing at this point. It is
Sound
further
like me
ordered
trying
that
to read
service
the
of a copy of this
lawsuits.
order and all parties to this action, together
do
with the
too,
papers,
sis.
which is granted by delivery.
He's real.
It is further ordered that opposition papers, if any, shall be served by electronic delivery. And so this is a very strong legal document where I have completely butchered the words, and I do apologize for that upon reading that. It is my birthday today, guys. Please give me some
Happy birthday, Marad.
grace for when I mispronounce words and can't pronounce certain things. I don't know what's going on. You know, this is my first language. Shout out to Gigi Zen, who just gave me a $25 tip. It's my birthday today, guys. If the only day you guys are meant to tip is meant to be today. But anyways, let's get into this video where Sean Combs is not going anywhere. He's not, participating in this. Now, I don't understand why, because it's a court order for you to participate. So why are you choosing not to do so? Why are you
Thank you,
refusing
Daybreak.
to do so? You're going to be deposed, bro. You can't sit there and say that you can't be deposed. You can't sit there and refuse to be interrogated like you're going to be. It's a court order. It's what you're meant to do now, end of January. You've been officially deposed. So I don't know what plans you have. Rather than you participating and avoiding the questions, you actually are sitting here to say, I'm not taking part at all. I'm not doing any of this at all. Count me out. You ain't going to see me do none. What are you going to do instead? What are you going to do instead? Give somebody
more
fellatio
time.
at the Fort Dix? Well, please tell me, because you ain't doing anything else at that damn place,
Get-
talking about
get
I'm giving
extended
everybody
time.
meat for Thanksgiving. You are definitely giving everybody meat for Thanksgiving. 110%. Talking about you going to everybody's cell and giving them chicken, giving them turkey or whatever for Thanksgiving. Like anybody's meant to believe these lies. You ain't got nothing else to do at the Fort Dix. So Diddy and this fantasy world that he wants to live in, where he believes that he's so stubborn and angry in these new documents stating that he's not participating and cussing out April Lampros. Good luck when that end of month comes, because you're going to be there and Mark Agnifilo is nowhere to be seen when it comes to any recent litigation, guys. He's not spearheading any of the conversation. I'm not saying the man has been
No,
taken off,
sis.
but he's not
It's
spearheading
funny.
as he used to. And his wife.
But here's what we're seeing though, and I need his advocates to come in our lives and try to take over for him. I need y'all to pay attention to this. Understand what you see here. This man don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. He is in no position to make demands. Okay, I will make no demands, and he's still saying he's not going to do something. Now, again, I'm here to say this. I feel like there's a lot that he's trying to hide. And I get it. It's 155 statements that Miss Lampros made. I get it. I so get it. But here's the thing with that. You don't reserve the right to say, hey, guess what? I'm not going to do it. And the judge has already ordered you to do it. Once again, you have a person that is so used to controlling people and being in control of a situation or a narrative, and he doesn't have that ability right now. He's not in a position to do the same thing. And so he's freaking out. He's crashing out. Pay attention to this, y'all.
Wife is busy with Luigi Mangione, not more so him. His wife is leading that case. So Mark Agnifilo, has he abandoned Diddy? I don't know, because this is basically what it's giving, because I don't really see, him spearheading stuff anymore like he used to. Like, I just don't see it. I feel like, things have changed, perhaps for him. And, I wouldn't be surprised. Ray J is talking about how he's ugly.
I said, damn, I'm ugly.
One of my greatest moments.
And just like when they keep talking about the freak off with Diddy, I'm like, yo, ain't nobody ever got invited to the freak offs. You know what? Wow, and that's when it hit me. I'm ugly. It hit me. I'm unattractive. Because I'm wondering, like, why do you just keep talking about freak offs? And I've been around a lot, and I'm like, oh, wow. I'm ugly.
TV or house.
I felt extremely unattractive at that moment. I went, wow.
You. Just you.
Hold on, y'all. It's a commercial. That was Gay J talking a few seconds.
He never picked him for the freak offs, and now he understands why he's ugly. Rather than you feeling ugly, you need to feel grateful. Number one. Number two, you can't stop talking about Diddy, and I don't understand why. Were you guys at one point secret lovers, and you're now upset that you weren't actually given the invitation to the freak offs, and that you're really pissed off about this, and it's fuming, and it's really upset you? What is the reason here for why you can't stop talking about this man? It's been going on for the past year and a half.
Hey, Lori, thank you for the gold boxing glove.
Come on,
I
Golden Skin.
appreciate it.
I don't understand why you're so obsessed with this man. You're upset that you never went to the freak offs. I'm pretty sure because you had your own private freak offs, and you enjoyed what you were doing with this man, and you wanted to do it in number of other men and orgies, and unfortunately this
time ago
did not happen. That must be the only reason for why you stay talking about him and for why he's always on your lips. Because it was only a couple of weeks ago you were talking about how Diddy took your ass, and now suddenly it's that you are upset and that you feel ugly because you were never invited to the freak offs, and nobody's laughing with you.
Hey, his roomie should sleep butt down on the back, definitely, or sitting up. Something I don't even know what's safe. Yeah, Pink Texas, did y'all see the slumber party with Kai? Yeah, I did, and that was telling in itself. That said everything that we've been saying. He put it out there.
You ain't no comedian. People aren't laughing with you. People are laughing at you because they just feel sorry for you, or you just seem to be very confused.
Right, he shouldn't sleep at all.
I don't understand. Kris Jenner, guys, is going under surgery. Apparently, she's going under ultra vein and hugely risky surgery to remove the wrinkles on her hands. She is tired of people critiquing her hands because she's always...
Lord forgive me. Lord forgive me. You're still working on me, and I'm trying. But you also said to be honest. And so I'm going to be brutally honest. I know y'all can't see this, but there's a picture. Yeah, the devil is a lie. I'm about to show it to y'all. We'll figure out something. He's showing Kris Jenner and her new surgery. And I'm here to tell y'all, she looks... Oh, man. Dang, my flash on. That might mess it up for y'all. Yeah, that's going to mess it up for y'all. Hold on, y'all. She looks like y'all know that the Saw movie with the dude, the little thing that drives the tricycle around. That's what she looked like, y'all. That's what she looked like. But y'all can't. I know the light on there. I wonder if I could darken it a little bit. Would that help y'all?
You need to just sit down.
Yes, it's over. Her time is over. No, you still can't see it, but
It's okay to be old and age gracefully. There's nothing wrong with that.
no,
Right.
be thankful.
Right. Like, she looks stretched like a trampoline. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it.
I'm telling you, if we go and buy her a tricycle and she put white paint on her face and put these little targets on her cheeks, we got it. I mean,
wearing gloves to cover them, because for those of you who don't know, you can't really do surgery on your hands. And so when you are in the age of 70-ish, which is what she is, of course, your hands will show that you have aged, no matter how many face transplants you want to get, how many facelifts you want to get, how many times you want to be swinging everything back. Your hands will show that you have aged. There's nothing wrong with aging. Today, I'm 30, guys. Do you understand? I'm grateful to even be 30. So, granted, it's harder on women than men to age. But, it's a very risky surgery because you're messing with the veins in your hands in order to pull your hands back. And I think it's just very creepy. But there is a stark contrast to how her face looks like and how her hands look like. And her hands show you what she really looks like. So... I don't think the surgery is going to work in her best effort, and I don't think that she should do it. She should just keep the gloves on and continue to dress like a mime, act in the circus, because that's basically what it gives when she wears these gloves. Wants to hide her hands and skin, but then wants to continuously show her face. It's a never-ending game of dissatisfaction that is going on here, and it's a very scary surgery for somebody like Kris Jenner to do, especially at her age. Let me know your thoughts, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up.
I'll give it a thumbs up. Shout out to Murad on that for covering that for us. I know, right? He's funny. I love his comments be funny. I don't have look, I just added this because niece brought up her name. And I remember seeing it last night. I didn't play it, so I don't know what they're talking about in it. We're gonna find this out together. But it says Jermaine and Janet. Now, the only time I ever referred to Jermaine, well, 2 times, maybe 3. But the only time I referred to him is when I said I think it's time for somebody to talk to him about Bow Wow and one of the members of Crisscross. What happened there? Someone brought up, well, why did Janet leave him? And I said I didn't know, and I don't know, right? But this says Janet Jackson and Jermaine Dupri, the dark truth they hid for 10 years. I don't know what it's about. I'm not co-signing anything on here. I don't even have any information to give you or a backstory to give you or some facts that happened back in the day. All I can tell you is she broke up with him. That's all I can tell you. They did date. She broke up with him. I don't know why. So whatever's being said in this, we gonna all learn together. Then maybe we can put it together. Maybe they'll say something that jars our memory. But other than that, I don't know. So I can't give you all a backstory. Again, y'all, this is the final segment for the day. So let's keep double tapping, share out the live if possible. And we got 10 more gold boxing gloves to reach that goal, and we'll be done with that for the day. So let's go ahead and knock that out. And without further ado, we're gonna run this audio. Shout out to Lionel B Stories.
Today we're going back in the time machine. We're talking about a relationship that had everybody scratching their heads.
True.
You had
true.
Janet Jackson, Miss Control, royalty, the sister of King of Pop, basically a goddess walking on earth. And then
I'll stop you when
you
you're
had
wrong.
Jermaine Dupri. Now, no shade to JD, the man is a legend. So deaf. He
Lie.
put Atlanta
Palm
on the
tree.
map.
Shade.
But when they popped out together, the whole world looked at them like a science experiment gone wrong. She's 6 years older, and she's 5'4", of pure perfection. And he's JD. Now people were asking, what is she seeing? Is it the beats? Is it the money? Or does he got that personality? But look, despite the haters, despite the jokes, and y'all had jokes, they lasted almost a decade. He tatted her face on his body. Now that's real permanent, and why wouldn't you? This is Janet B. Jackson. So what actually broke them up? Was it the distance, the money issues, or was it just too much country grammar for the pop princess? We're gonna break it all down, the secrets, the scandal, and the messy aftermath. But before we get messy, do me a favor. Take 2 seconds, smash that like button, and subscribe to the channel. I'm giving y'all high quality videos you can't find nowhere on the tube for free. So show some love to help this channel keep dropping heat for y'all loyal viewers. Now let's get into it. Now before we get to Jermaine, we gotta look at Janet's resume. Because let's be real, for a Jackson, she moved kind of spicy in the shadow.
And he is
Janet loves a secret project, and I ain't talking about albums. I'm talking about them husbands. First up, we have James DeBarge. Now, if you know anything about the DeBarge family, you know they got talent, and of course, they got them problems. Janet was 18 and James was 21. They eloped in Michigan like 2 kids cutting class. But that marriage lasted about as long as the TikTok trend. Annulled after a few months because of James' habits. But the streets still talk. James to this day swears there's a secret baby out there, and Janet says no. I say, well,
hey, put a 1 in the live if you've heard about the secret child between DeBarge and Janet.
It's Hollywood, and anything is possible. Then she moves on to Renee Elizondo Jr. You know him. He's the hand covering her assets on that Rolling Stone cover. Legendary photo. But get this, she was married to this man for almost a decade and nobody knew. They kept it so quiet, even the paparazzi were confused. He directed her videos, wrote her songs, and she kept it hidden like a side
to make it one.
When they finally divorced in 2000,
thank you, Darlene.
that's when
I
the tea
appreciate
spilled.
that.
Renee wanted money. He claims the pop princess was manipulating his ass. He wanted $25 million. He walked away with $15 million, a Mercedes, and a house in Malibu.
That's a
Now
nice
that's
house.
not a bad severance
That's
package
a nice
if
house.
you ask me. So then Janet becomes single. She's been burned twice. She's done the secret husband thing. It's 2001. She's ready to mingle. She tries to date with Matthew McConaughey. Very random.
I didn't know that.
And that's definitely something we couldn't predict in our bingo card. Janet Jackson dating a white country boy. But then she goes to Atlanta. Now, okay, picture the scene.
ATL,
It's Atlanta.
dog.
The bass
Hey,
is
that's the
shaking
Rolling
the trunk.
Smiles right
It's
there.
the Jermaine Dupri era. He's
Marietta
the king of the
Boulevard.
South. But how does he get in the room with Janet D. Jackson? He used the kids. That's right. He used Chris Cross as a Trojan horse. And I ain't talking about the ones that come in plastic wrapping with them skins. So Chris Cross goes backstage to meet Janet. Security lets the kids in, but they stop little ass JD. Can you imagine? Hold on, little man, you stay here. But the kids vouch for him. They said, nah, he's with us. So Janet actually lets him in. JD later said that Janet realized he was important because the kids wouldn't leave him behind. Now that's the real flex. He didn't come in acting thirsty. He came in acting like he was the boss. Now JD played it cool. He stepped back. He let the kids have their moment. He didn't press her for a number. He just let the vibe marinate. See, fellas, y'all got to take notes. Desperation is not cologne. Don't wear it. They started talking. They realized they had some mutual friends in common. Now, next thing you know, he's sending her a two-way pager. Remember those two-way pages? If you a Gen Z, you might have to Google it. It was the iPhone of the 90s.
But before we go any further, I just want to bring my man
I don't
Jermaine
know.
Dupri out now,
I ain't
DJ Nabs.
I definitely didn't know it was Matthew McConaughey.
Oh,
Whatever
somebody
his name
people went off.
That's Chris. That's Chris right
It's his
there.
mom. He didn't take out the garbage.
Now, he started showing her
Y'all
his
crazy.
world. He took Janet Jackson, Miss Rhythm Nation, to Magic City. Yes, he took her to the Script Club.
Wow. Time out, y'all. Time out, y'all. Ladies, plug your ears up. Gentlemen, I need to talk to you. Now, I'm from the A. I know what Magic City is about. We are, if you know anything about Atlanta, you probably know what Magic City is about. But my question is, you with Janet Jackson, and you take her to the adult entertainment club to see other women bucking. What? Ladies, please don't think less of me, but follow me through here. If I'm with Janet Jackson, the only one I want to see bucking is her. I would what? Magic City would not be anywhere on the scope of my plans for that night. You can catch us at the W, something like that. Yeah, and she went. Your digital auntie. Not you did. I'm sorry. Tarina. She went. Look. Hold on, man. Yeah, he's gray headed now. Yeah, but yeah, for sure. But and he should be, because that's a stressful. Like, that don't make sense. Out of all the things or places you could have went, and you would Janet Jackson, you pick a man. They would have had my card number, everything would have been on. I need the keys on the counter when we walk into the hotel. I'm kicking my suitcase into the elevator to get up there quick. I'm taking my shirt off, going into the elevator. I'm trying to. Why in the world would we go to the club to watch other people do what I'm trying to do with you? Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm missing something. You know? Wave said everybody want to go to those places when they visit. Yeah, I get that. I totally get it. I mean, if I can be honest with you, Wave, shoot, us AT aliens like to go back in the day. You get me? And we live here. But when you are with Janet Jackson as your date, This is not this. You can go downtown right now, and I tell you, if you ask 20 guys, 20 of them gonna tell you, shoot, I'm trying to get her to be my tripper in the hotel. Not. I'm not. I don't want to go see nobody else's, but I'm trying to see hers. You see that's. But again, though. But then again, too, we do have women that like that, and they like to see other women do that, and so maybe that was the case. And if that was the case, you got a 2-peak limit. I'm trying to get to the room. I'm trying to see how you do that thing that they doing on stage. That's what I want you to do for me. You know, Jenny said she probably wanted someone for her since he had crisscross. Maybe, and maybe. Nerd said she wanted to go. That's not far fetched. That's not far fetched. And like I said, even if that's something she wanted to do and she wanted to go, cool. All right, we'll go do that. But like I said, you got a 2 to 3 peak limit. After that, I'm trying to see what you do. I'm trying to see what you do. I'm trying to see if you can do it like Honey or Peaches on stage. I want to see if you can do that trick that she did. What do I need to do? Do I need to go get? Do I need to have a poll put in our room? Because I want to see if you can do that, and the sooner the better. You see what I'm saying? Like that's just me though. I don't know. I could be wrong. Yeah, we ain't staying all night. No, you got a 2 to 3 peak limit, and that's it. I'm out. Forget that.
And she actually loved it. He introduced her to the culture. This is what I'm saying. Opposites definitely attract. He brought the grind, and she brought the glam. And somehow it worked.
Beauty and the Beast.
Now fast forward to 2004. We all know where we were at that time.
The Super Bowl. Yeah.
Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson. The wardrobe malfunction seen around the world. Now look, I've been in the industry a minute. I've charted on the Billboard, so I know how these things go. People actually panic. And Justin Timberlake, he threw her under the bus, backed up over her and drove off. He left her hanging out to dry while he went on to win the Grammys. But guess who was standing right there in the trenches with Janet? Jermaine Dupri. The Grammys tried to ban Janet.
Were you disinvited by the Grammys, or did you choose on your own? Not.
Last time I'm gonna stop it. I got something out because I saw this too on the news. DJ Rocky B, welcome in. How you doing, bestie? And I got a question for y'all. Y'all remember Sinners? My brother was talking about that movie yesterday, Sinners. And I saw on the news where pretty much everybody else in the cast got an award. Michael B. Jordan got nominated for 14 awards and didn't win not a one. Yeah, they snubbed him. Out of 14 nominations, he got nothing. And then my mind goes back to, hey, we did a show that he allegedly leaked a video of Lori Harvey. Now I get it. You could easily say, well, Leonardo, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio, or whatever his name is, he didn't get nothing either. Yeah, but it's been stated that he's the head of the gate. He got the keys to the gate, right? So he's up there. You know, I don't know, y'all. I just found that crazy. He played 2 characters in the movie and still didn't. And out of 14 nominations, got nothing. But other people in the cast, a lot of other people, won the award. That just doesn't make sense. Yes, Daybreak 76. Yeah, he did awesome in Creed, one of my favorite movies.
To go. No, I was disinvited. I was straight up asked not to come.
They said, you can't come, so JD said, oh really? Then I ain't coming either. He resigned as president of the Atlanta chapter of the Recording Academy. He held a press conference too. He stood 10 toes down for his woman. That's showing some real loyalty. Now you can make jokes about his height, you can make jokes about the tattoos, but you cannot say that man didn't ride for her. Now he even defended her albums. When Demeter Joe didn't sell like Control, people were blaming JD. They said he messed up her sound. He went on the Today Show and defended
Thank
her.
you for that
He
heartbeat.
even
I
signed her
appreciate
to
that,
his label,
Chirac Evil
Island
Queen.
Urban, when Virgin Records let her go. He put his money where his mouth
Grand
was.
rising to you.
Now around
beautiful.
2006, Janet was getting ready for a movie role and had to gain 60 pounds. She was a thick
Thank you for that heartbeat,
180
Chosen.
pounds. The media, oh yeah, the media was definitely ruthless. They were calling her fat, saying she
Yeah,
let
they
herself
did.
go. But JD, he told her she looked perfect. She's like a thick ass Southern girl.
Corey, thank you
He
for
loved
taking
the
us through
extra
there and
meat
meeting
on
that
the
goal.
bones.
I
He
appreciate
was
it.
boosting her confidence when the world was tearing it down.
Chirac
That's
Evil
a real
Queen.
one
Thank
right
you
there.
for the heart pucks.
So
I
everything
appreciate
looked
that.
good, right? They survived the Super Bowl, the weight gain, the album flops. JD even gets a tattoo of Janet on his rib cage as the Virgin Mary, which, let's be honest, is a bold choice, a bit much, maybe, but it definitely showed commitment. Now, by 2009, Michael Jackson
Mike,
passes
yeah.
away. The world stops, and suddenly people notice. Where's JD? He wasn't at the memorial, he wasn't at the funeral. The rumors started flying. Turns out they had already split up. Now, why? It wasn't cheating this time, it was a geography. Janet lived in Malibu. She wanted that beach life, and JD is in Atlanta to the bone. He wasn't leaving the A, and she wasn't moving to the trap. They never lived together in 7 years. Think about that. 7 years of dating, and you don't share a zip code? That's a long ass commute. Now, after the breakup, things went in two very different directions. Janet leveled up financially speaking.
Yeah,
She
yeah, I
met
do too,
Wisdom Al
Chosen.
Mana, a billionaire from Qatar. She went from welcome to
Absol-
Atlanta
absolutely,
to
G.
welcome to Dubai. She got married, of course, secretly again, converted to Islam, and had her first child at the age of 50. Now, meanwhile, JD, well, the IRS came knocking.
He beating the soundboard.
He owed $493,000 in back taxes. He lost his mansion to foreclosure, and then a random woman pops up saying she has his baby. It was a messy time for the so-so death boss. While Janet was shopping for yachts, JD was fighting his life with the repo man. But look, life is a cycle. Janet divorced a billionaire and got paid for show. And guess who was waiting in the wings? Jermaine Dupri. Now, rumors started swirling in 2017, then again in 2019. They were spotted at STK in Atlanta, holding hands and cuddling. Still has a tattoo. He said in the interview, she's just a phone call away. And that sounds like a man who was still holding a candle and still getting them cheeks. So what's the verdict? Are they soulmates? Probably. Did they have a crazy run? Definitely. But in the industry, finding someone who has your back when the Super Bowl exposes you to the world, that's rare. Now, whether they are together or just friends, they definitely got history. But I want to know what y'all think in them comments. Was JD the best boyfriend that Janet ever had, or was she just settling? Let me know in the comments, and if you want more unfiltered content like this, make sure you check out more of these videos.
All right, I'm give him a thumb up. I mean, so really, I mean, what's bad about that? You know, like, let's be honest. Us, we probably got people that you know we done dated and broke up with and started relationships with other people, but know that one person is just a call away or rekindle the flame or something like that. Like I'm sure, right? So I don't see anything brutal or bad about that. I mean, if she can live with looking at him, that's her thing, right? Your digital auntie said, I think it was more to the Super Bowl stunt. I've always thought that was planned. I always thought that was part of the whole thing. You know, and again, I don't see anything wrong with that as well. He said, Puff made JT do it. Hey, you know, I wouldn't be surprised at that either. Sis said it was to silence her. And So here's the thing with this though. Right now, what is the relevancy of them? Like, if so, even if they are still cut friends or in a relationship or a situationship, good for them. Good for them. I'm not worried about that. That's not my concern. Again, I'm more concerned on what part did he play in what happened to Bow Wow. I'm more concerned in the part of, did he violate one of the crisscross members? Because if so, if
Probably
both
so.
things, huh?
I think he did.
You think so?
I
That's what I
think he
want him
did,
to
or
answer
he
to.
he passed them off to somebody if he didn't.
Yeah, well, now and we know the talk around town was it was the limo driver that also messed with Bow Wow in the back seat, so in the back of the limo, and so that could be a person he passed them on to. I'm just saying. I'm with Janet and him. If they're grown, they're two consenting adults. Do whatever they want to do. But we have a brother that's not here, one of the crisscross members, who allegedly, um, how can I say this? OD, you know. And so, was that did he feel he needed to do this? Did he need to delete himself due to what happened, or was it the rigorous industry? Chirac Evil Queen says, I don't think JD did anything to Bow. My opinion. Okay, okay, and that's good. Listen,
I don't think he particularly. That's what I said. Let me just clarify my
okay,
statement. I don't
yeah, you think he
believe that
passed it?
JD did anything to him, but I believe he handed him off.
Hmm. Well, if I remember correctly, wasn't Bow Wow originally with Snoop Dogg?
If I could, I thought he was too, or he was sent to him after JD had him. But he did have a point in time when he was with Snoop.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, Chirac Queen said no, he wasn't. Okay, who was he? I could be. I thought he was.
He did
Or,
a lot. He did a couple of songs with Snoop.
or they
Bow Wow.
collaborated. Okay, okay.
Yeah, he did a couple of songs with him.
Richard said, yes, Snoop Dogg discovered him first. Okay. He was on the other West Coast. Yep, Snoop called him his nephew. Okay. Okay. So they did business together. Okay, okay. So that's what so we got Snoop discover him or collaborated with him. And so I wonder if did Snoop link him up with JD? He was in Snoop's first
Possibility.
video. Okay. Okay. Possibility. Okay. Right, your digital auntie said, and Snoop ain't innocent. Yeah, he's got his problems coming down the pipe too. Um, even though I know she wasn't his. We're gonna bring up Chirac Evil Queen, y'all. Hold on before we end the live. I'm gonna bring her up.
Hey y'all, what's
Hey,
up?
Hey,
hon.
I was jumping on for a second. I would want to point something out. So if you go back to Snoop's "What's My Name" video, the little boy jumping on the couch, that's
That
Bow
was
Wow.
Bow Wow.
for real?
Yeah, that's Bow. Yeah. When they tell him, y'all get out of here and go all that mess jumping on this couch, and you see him
Yeah.
look around the corner, that's Bow
That's
Wow
Bow Wow.
when
Yep,
he
it
was a
surely
little kid.
is.
So, from the story that Bow and his mother has always told, his mother put him out through a talent scout. And the
Hmm.
talent scout thought that Bow had so much potential, he put him in the line of Snoop Dogg. And Snoop said that he gravitated to Bow because he said that Bow Wow was a younger him. So he saw himself in Bow Wow. So that's how he took Bow Wow under his wing. Now, I don't know exactly how he got to JD. I only know how he got to So Def after a while with the whole if you go trust me, I was a big Bow Wow fan back in the day. Still got some Bow Wow's albums. That's how
No,
big of a
you
Bow
okay?
Wow fan I was. So when Bow and JD hooked up, that's when the whole my name is that's when that started. So I don't know how he got to, I believe because he moved to Atlanta and Snoop is the one who called JD to put
Hmm.
Bow in with people in Atlanta. Because if
Ah,
y'all know, Bow Wow is technically from Ohio.
right,
He's not
right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's not from Atlanta, but his mom, when he got interested into music, his mom said, "You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna make this move to make your dream come true," and that's what she did. So Snoop catapulted his career by putting him in touch with JD, but I don't know to the level of conversation between him and JD. Now I know Brat has embraced Bow Wow as a little
Mm-hmm.
brother, as a son to her, and I can only
Mm-hmm.
speak on Brat because Brat is from my hometown.
Is that right?
So
West
shout out
Side.
Brat, most definitely, and we
Yeah.
respect Brat here. So, but I just wanted to come up and express that. I gotta run. I will see y'all
Oh,
later.
okay. Make sure
I
you come back.
appreciate you, G. Oh, of course I will. You know I'm always in here. I'm gonna make sure I get them daily heartbeats. I gotta make my rounds, but I will be back through.
All right, love. Have a
See
good
y'all
day.
later.
All
All
You
right.
right.
Have a
too.
wonderful day.
See y'all later.
All right. Bye bye. Y'all W Chirac Evil Queen in the
I
live.
knew he started off with Snoop because I do remember that video she was talking about. That's the first time he ever seen Bow Wow.
I'm gonna go watch it. I've seen it
Mhm.
thousands of times. Didn't know that. But why I got you here, niece? Do me a favor. And she came up. Chirac Evil Queen just put it in my mind. Been meaning to do this. Do me a favor. Get in touch with Big Mike. I haven't seen him lately. I don't know. He hadn't been in. But
Oh, he was on last night.
okay. I was probably knocked out. That probably my 13th drink.
Yeah, he was on last night. Sometimes Big Mike come on later.
Okay, get with him. You or Big Mel, either one of y'all or both. Do me a favor. Y'all get with him and ask him if he would please allow Chirac Evil Queen, TB, all of them that is campaigning and are advocates for Carmelo Anthony, if he will allow them to come on his platform and use that platform to get the word out and to educate people about this. Because at the end of the day, this young man's freedom is at stake here. And of course, a lot of people want to put race into it. It's we're not gonna. It's self defense. If let's be honest, if it was us being attacked by four other people, by any means necessary, we would do what we got to do to get out of that situation.
It don't matter. I was about to say it don't matter if you're Asian, if you're Indian, if you
Right.
if you from the UK, it would have been the same outcome when you're outnumbered, and that's what people are failing to realize. It's different when it's a 1v1 versus a
Hmm.
1v2 or a 1v4.
Exactly. Exactly. And I
And
want.
we all were taught in every black household, I don't care if you have one parent that's YT and one parent that's black, in every black household, you are taught. You need to
Hmm.
make it home by all means necessary. I don't care if you gotta pick a brick up off the ground and bust somebody in the head. You better make sure you can escape with your life.
Exactly. No lies detected there on that at
Ding ding
all.
ding.
That's just part of the rules. That's part of growing up. Your digital auntie. We're talking about the situation that happened in Frisco, Texas, where they were at the
With
track
Carmelo
meet.
Anthony.
Yeah, yeah, uh-huh. And he has court coming up soon, and of course they're trying to basically put him in prison for the rest of his life, and we just cannot have that. We've got to use our resources and our platforms and our voices to be a voice for him. And so any space that we got that we can get the message out. And then these people too, let me tell you, I love the fact that they came on. I love the friendships that are forged with them. They're awesome. I go and visit their lives and their broadcasts and I have a ball in there. But the one thing I really, 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 other than them being great people, I really respect about them is they're giving you the law on what happened. It's not
Mhm.
emotion based. It ain't none of feelings involved. It's just this is what it is. Penal code and all. You get it? So we need to make sure, and I know Big Mike has a good following, and I know that him and I pretty much feel the same way when it comes to things like this. So I just want to ask that brother, if y'all can, ask him if he will offer his platform for them to come on. And y'all saw here, we had a great time. In fact, shoot, I'm ready to do it again whenever they are. But also speaking of that, I was talking to someone, texting someone last night and conversing with her. I'm not gonna put her name out here right yet because I don't have that approval. But she did go back and saw. We did a show a while back. I mean, a while back, but it was a show about DV and SA survivors, and we had Dimple Cheeks and we had Angel come on, and please, and still much love and respect to those two ladies to this very day, and beyond. But she is a victim of SMEX trafficking, and she saw that what we done with that show with those two ladies, and she offered to come do a show here and be our guest of honor and just talk to us about how she got tricked into that or got into that, what she lived through, what she saw, things like that, how it's affecting her. Um, I told her I would get with her. We usually do a show like that on a Saturday. So that way we got what the reason why I say Saturday is that's normally the weekend for people don't have to work. We can all conjugate here and just give her an ear. If you got questions for her, you can ask her that, and we can enlighten people. It's just more to it than just the celebrity and political stuff that we do. This is for the people to come in and say we don't use our platform for good. That lets you know they don't know about us.
They don't be here. Mm.
Exactly. We cover a wide variety of things here. So I'm going to talk to her later on, and if she is up for a Saturday date, or you know what, I'm really going to let her. I tell you what I'll do. Since she's the guest of honor, we're going to work on her time, and it's hard because we're on two different coasts. I'm on the east, she's on the west, so the time differential is different. I'll talk to her. Whatever works for her, we will work around her schedule and her timing. Because at the end of the day, she's our guest of honor. And what we'll do, we'll set it out like for a week in advance, and we'll just go ahead and put an event invite up here. And I don't know, I may make that a subscribers only. I might make that a subscribers only show. That way, I don't know.
You don't
I don't
feel
know.
overly exposed.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. I want, yeah. You feel me, niece? While I'm saying that. So I'll get with my moderators. We'll all discuss that and find out if that's a good idea. And whatever we
I
come
think
back
so.
with.
I think
You do?
so. I think so
Okay.
because that's something personal, and she's only. I mean, yes, we're educating other people, but this is this woman's personal life, and we don't need trolls coming in saying something that can be triggering or negative to
Mm,
this woman because she's
you're
coming
right.
here to be vulnerable.
Right. You're exactly right. Okay. Good job, niece. I appreciate that. Good looking out. Sis said yes, she agreed with you. So um we'll run it like that. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll just make it a subscribers only. So check this out. If y'all want to see that, you might want to go ahead and subscribe now so you don't forget and then miss out on that. She wrote a poem. I, I don't know. I gotta hurry. Okay, I got 8 minutes. Okay, so the thing about it, she comes in here pretty often. Good morning, Sharita. How you doing, Bestie? She comes in, and she checks out our lives and she likes it. And she actually messaged me and gave me my flowers. I mean, she told me I'm an inspiration to her. She actually saw the show that I did dedicated to my mother, and it made
Okay.
her want to reach out, right?
Hmm.
And she said, "Okay, I wrote this poem, and it means a lot to me if you would listen to it, and I mean, if you would read it, and then just let me know what you think. Sharita, I can't say her name. She comes in here. But I don't wanna put her out right yet because, like I said, we're gonna do that show with her because she's a sex trafficking survivor. And so when we do that show, everybody will know who I'm talking about by that.
Yeah, you guys have to subscribe if you wanna be a part and interact and come in and ask her questions because that is a very uncomfortable situation to be in. Thank God she was able to get out of it. But we don't want nobody coming
Soda
in
pop.
trolling. It's no shade to anybody. We don't want anybody coming in shading or trying to be funny when this is a serious matter.
Absolutely. This because that's not the time for it at all, and we won't play with you at all. So I think that was the greatest idea you had. I mean, not the greatest, but one of the greatest, I should say. Yeah, we should run it that way because you're right. They will. The trolls will come in, and then we'll be ready to
Yeah,
take this
come in
thing.
here and say yeah, and then look, you ain't gonna have nobody else to come in here because they all gonna be on the block party.
Yep.
So
Whole live gonna be abandoned. Everybody in the car riding. Me no. So
might as well
yeah,
just make it for the people that care. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. Let's go ahead and close out this broadcast then. Let me get this set up, get our theme music going, and let's get our announcements. First and foremost, thank you all for joining, man. Like, I'm for real. Y'all have been outstanding. Our past few shows have just been, I hate that they ended. Like, y'all are great company. Please come back. If it's your first time, please come back. Like we said before, just a few seconds ago, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything at all. Chrissy said, I enjoy it live, Dad. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're in here, love. And make sure you know you can come in anytime you want. Anytime you want. So, y'all go ahead and
Blow me
subscribe.
away with dynamite.
Huh?
Couldn't blow me away with dynamite.
I wouldn't want to, Lord. You make sure you in here all the time. And I made sure I got you that invite. Oh, Angie B, great show this morning. Great show. I know I told you I would come on at noon, but I had some time, so I started early. And y'all, listen, if you missed it, that's fine. No problem at all. I love you more, baby. I love you more. I'm proud of you. If you missed the live and you just now coming in, it will air in its entirety on YouTube, on Rumble, and on Facebook. Okay? If you are not following me on Facebook, go to Mr. Breaking News G Smooth and go ahead and click or like or follow my fan page so that way when it airs, you can see it. You can see it. And also, if you have Rumble, it's G Smooth 404 over on Rumble. Okay? YouTube, G Smooth 404. It'll be airing on there too. Just give me a few minutes. I have to, I try to add graphics, but a lot of times that takes too long. So I'm probably going to just not do graphics and just put it straight on there so it can stream out. But thank you all for coming. For my gifters, our gifters and uplifters, thank you for contributing. I appreciate it, y'all. Listen, if we keep doing this, we're going to be in that C4 spot. I already know it. To my moderators, another great day in the office. Thank y'all so much for doing what y'all do. I can't do this without y'all. And to all of you, our guests of honor, thank you for sitting with us and rocking with us. Your presence is a gift to us, and it is a gift that we are eternally grateful for. You are the guests of honor. Thank you so much for staying with us. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. If you like to donate, that's the CA right here. Jenny got it posted. It's right there, the CA. $ G Smooth. If you would like to donate, you can go there and do so. We thank you all in advance. It allows us to keep doing what we're doing here. You see what I'm saying? So thank you so much. Remember, tonight, 8 p.m., YouTube, the final episode of Dope Girls. It is a must see. It's the last episode, y'all. It's the last episode. You don't want to miss it. But if you're new to this and you don't know about it, Go and binge watch the episodes right now. Go on YouTube, Tay Retta Vision Films. Click episode 1 of Dope Girls right there. Work your way up. That way, at 8 o'clock tonight, all hands on deck. You know what's going on. You know why it's serious. And then we'll leave a cliffhanger. That way, you'll be ready for season 2 when it starts, which we will be shooting soon. I pray we will. You know, I don't ever want to say we're going to do something because everything's in God's time. And so, if it be thy will, we'll be filming season 2 soon. Also, remember, we do have a movie possibly coming. All right. We do have a movie that we'll be filming called 2K. That's right, Tubi movie. Yeah, exactly. We praying they pick us up. We're going to speak it into existence. Tubi is going to pick it up. I think it's going to be a great project, and I'm glad to be a part of it. But this movie is going to be a comedy now. So in saying that, let me make sure I tell you all this too, because I don't want you to have your kids in the room with you and you go and watch Dope Girls. It's not for kids. It is not for kids. So go in your bedroom, hide out, whatever you do, your she shed, your man cave, whatever y'all got, go in there, turn on YouTube, subscribe to Tay Retta Vision Films, click on episode 1 of Dope Girls, and ride out from there. And your host plays stacks on there. All right? And so you'll see me on there as well. Tomorrow on Twitch, you have to subscribe to MC3 SFT9 tomorrow at 6:30. That's tentatively, but 6:30. Come over there and join us for our pro wrestling show. Now, it's not real wrestling in live; it's video games. But a lot of us are either in wrestling right now or myself, former pro wrestlers, and we take our careers and put it in there, and we just all wrestle and just have fun. And in that live, if you come and join us, you'll be able to speak to us. We will interact with you. And like I said, you will hear us or read about us trash talking each other, but it's all in fun. Okay. So your kids can be present for that. Not Dope Girls, but Outlaw Championship Wrestling Alliance, they can. All right. This has been your self-proclaimed favorite news reporter, reporting from the newsroom. You all have a blessed day. And remember, could be anything in the world, be somebody. I love you to life. Peace and blessings to you all. And I'll see you all later.